This is one of my favorite places to be, which is nature. And for me, nature has been probably one of my biggest healers. So whenever something happens which leaves me in turmoil or uh, upset or overwhelmed, the place that I come is into woodland, usually a forest or somewhere where there's trees. Um, I just find there's so much more to see, even though when you look around, you don't see great views, but there's so much going on, so much insects and so many plants. It's quite extraordinary. What I want to talk about today is presence. So this is something that I've been working on myself, is to become more and more present throughout every moment. It's a challenge. It certainly is a challenge. But what I'm noticing is that the more that I become present, the more I'm able to observe sensations in my body. And quite often, these sensations are the things that I currently need to work on. So, one of my podcasts that I think comes out on Thursday, he talks about, or we talk about, how your current habits show you in the now what needs to be worked on. So if you, for example, you're getting overwhelmed, then that's where you need to start to look in a little bit deeper with regards to your inner child healing. And we'll talk a bit about that another time, maybe the inner child healing. But what I noticed the other day, yesterday actually, was that I saw a post on social media, and I noticed that a lot of people were commenting and liking, and this guy is a guy that I look up to, and I could feel jealousy. I could feel jealousy. So this was an opportunity to not just to sit in my discomfort, but to look at my current habit. So I allow myself to go a little bit deeper into the jealousy, and I allow myself to connect to my inner child, and I ask my inner child, where did this come from? And when I had this communication, it came from when I was about 6 years old, and my my brother was 3 years younger, and he was getting a bit more attention, and so there was a feeling in that of jealousy. And so obviously, this has I feel as though this plays out into my relationships with friends, with people that I look up to. I almost try to perform. I almost try to impress, and so there's the overplaying so that I get seen. And if I don't get seen, I feel jealousy. So that's something that I'm working on this exact moment in time. But the great thing also about being present is you are able to sit with discomfort. Like, another thing that I worked on, I noticed yesterday, was that I noticed on a few occasions there was a need for me to want to look at Facebook, social media. And so rather than allowing myself to automatically go and look at social media, I allow myself to feel into where's the sensation of the body that wants to look at social media, and allow myself to sit with that discomfort. Because by sitting with that discomfort, I can decide then consciously how I want to move within the next steps. Do I want to continue to be caught in that unconscious habit of looking at social media, or can I carry on what I was perhaps doing before that? And in that moment, I was writing a couple of pages for my new book that I'm creating. And so by sitting in that discomfort, I was able to not only feel that sensation and to work through that emotion, that feeling, but to allow myself to decide consciously how I want to respond rather than acting unconsciously. Um, like in this moment, I feel some achievement because this morning I've been allowing myself to be guided by my intuition. So rather than saying my head quite often goes like, I need to do this, 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 this. So I'm busy being busy. So today I've allowed myself to ask myself, what is it that I need to do in this exact moment? And then within a few seconds, I'll have this and okay, I want to do some social media posts. So then I put my focus into that fully. And then once I've done that, ask myself again, what do I want to do? And there's a sense of go into nature to record my vlog. Uh, Yeah, so there's quite a few things in that to unpack. So obviously, there's the one about being present, because present allows us to feel the sensations in the moment. There's the idea of sitting with discomfort. And then there's the idea of allowing our intuition to guide us of what we need to do next rather than being busy being busy. So have a good day.